Welcome to the Family First Retirement Podcast with George Politarhos. For more information, visit betrayawealth.com. Now, let's get to the show.
My name is Mark Owens. George, how is this weekend treating you?
Oh, he's fantastic. How could you complain? I love the fall.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm finally back on time since I got all balled up with the time change. But
I feel bad. My daughter, Caroline, she's in 7th grade. The bus doesn't get home, or the bus doesn't drop her off till like 5:15. It's almost dark by the time. She has no time to enjoy the daylight.
She's young. She has lots of time.
She got nothing but time.
Hey,
I have
all.
zero sympathy for her. Hey, let's get
Good
to it here
Lord.
this weekend. You know, George, speaking of this time of the year, what do the next 3 to 4 months look like for the families you serve? What conversations are you having? Is it taxes, Social Security, Medicare? Is it market volatility? What is on the mind of the families, especially this time of the year?
You know, Mark, all those you just mentioned are really big concerns. Market fluctuation, volatility. We're at a 16-year bull run. I mean, this has been fantastic. When's the shoe going to drop, so to speak? When are we going to have a correction? And tax strategies are every day of the week. It doesn't matter if it's January, July, December. You're always thinking about how to get ahead and how to plan accordingly. Planning. That's a big word because you have a short amount of time and when you think about the big picture about making the right choices. I always say every week probably, Mark, that I love this country. We are so blessed to be in this country. I don't necessarily like the way the government spends my money. So keeping more of that money in my pocket is always a major concern. And there's always the rumor mill about Social Security, about Medicare. And when you meet with me and my team at Betraya Wealth, we're going to go over these issues with you. 302-330-2166. Let's schedule that no-cost, no-obligation meeting to make sure we understand what's going on. And maybe get a new set of eyes looking at it. Yeah, I don't know about you, but you see something. I went for a walk the other day, Mark. I like to go. I used to go for hikes through High Point, which is a farm near us here in North Wilmington. I used to take my dog Isis with me. We would go back there and go for a 6, 7, 8 mile walk. Well, since Isis passed, I haven't gone. Well, I went there the other day. I'll tell you, I went one way, I walked, and you see things. You know, you sit there and you go the same way all the time. You see those familiarities.
Yep.
And then instead of going the way back, I went backwards. I saw a whole new view. The trees didn't look the same. The water didn't look. Everything looked different because I changed direction. I got a new set of eyes looking at it. And that's kind of how I think about looking at retirement planning. You're working with someone right now, or you're doing it yourself, a DIY, which I would never recommend. Having someone from the outside look in and see where you're going is so important. Make sure you understand how that's going to work and let them see it from a different light. Maybe have a different outcome. 302-330-2166 or go to Betraya Wealth, P-A-T-R-I-A wealth.com.
What was your dog's name?
Isis.
Like as in the terrorist group, ISIS?
Isis was an Egyptian queen.
Okay.
Protector of children. We saved her. We rescued her.
Aha.
And she was a Cane Corso Mastiff who there's always that one animal or dog that or pet you attract to and attach to. All of our dogs have been Leslie's dogs. I have just been living in the house with them. They like me, but they go to mommy all the time. Isis was my girl. She would come to work with me. She would, anything I did, she was with me. And we went to the park one day. Quick story.
Sure.
We're short on time.
No, you're fine.
We went to the park, and I had Isis, and we had Piper as a pup with us. And our dogs are off the leash. They're running. It's Leslie and I. I'm sitting there, and she got a little too far, and I whistled. I said, Isis, come here, honey. And this guy walks up and says, yo, dude, really? Isis? I'm like, listen, you idiot. Know your history. So, no, I think about America first.
Yes, sir. Educate and inform you every weekend here on Family First Retirement. Isis was a major goddess in ancient Egypt religion, revered as the goddess of magic, motherhood, and healing.
Yep.
You learn something new every weekend.
You learn something new.
302-330-2166, betrayawealth.com. And even if you just need that second set of eyes, nothing wrong with asking the questions about your financial future. What about the people who don't want to retire? They love their job. Is it a good time to do retirement planning right now? Even though I'm like, man, I'm good, man. I'm still going to work. I may be 62, 63, but I want to work for a couple more years.
Absolutely. Because think about this. You're really happy what you're doing. You're working where you're at, ABC company, and you're really happy. The office vibe's good. The people you work with are good. But having that opportunity to start looking ahead now, because what if your plan your retirement, your portfolio allocations are really not set up properly? What if there's a mistake? What if we have a shortfall? Well, we have time to make corrections. We have time to do a switch and get in a better place. How about this, Mark? How many people do you know have worked at a job for 30, 40 years? It's going great. I love what I do. All of a sudden, that one day comes, I've had it.
Yep.
The boss got on my nerves. I'm tired of working with my coworkers. If you don't have an idea where you're at, you might be a little pigeon-toed there and not able to leave. You need to be lined up so you have all your ducks in a row. You know the facts. You know the money, because money's important. We know about the benefits staying. Can I keep my health insurance? Is it going to be COBRA? Do I switch over to my spouse's? What do I do? You need that insight, that roadmap for it. Retirement is not just tomorrow when you decide to leave. Retirement is the planning process. I've often said that I'm always amazed at the number of people that plan so intently and for a vacation, a short 2-week period or a week period. Leslie and I are going to Greece next May. I cannot wait to go back to the motherland. Every day's planned. We have, I think, 295 days before we go away.
Right.
And I already know when we get there on Monday, we're doing this. It's all planned out. But how many people plan that intently for something that's going to last for 20 or 30 years? It just doesn't happen. You need to take the steps. Call me at 302-330-2166, and let's talk about those steps we're going to go through. When do I turn on Social Security? Do I take income from my Social Security now? How's Medicare work for me? When do I start using my 401k and my thrift savings plan? Can I afford to go on those trips every year? How does my children plan in my legacy planning? How's my spouse survive if something happens to me? That's a lot of questions. Don't you think you deserve to have the answers laid out? How about this one? Don't you think your spouse should have an idea how things are going to look for us in the future?
That's right.
Think about that. It's about a team mentality. So you may not want to quit right now, but you need to have that plan in place so that the team knows where you're going. It's funny. Last week, Ernie and I had a meeting here at the office. And these people were at one of my seminars from last January. And he said, I just want to have a better idea. And we're sitting there, and Tom is really, God bless him, he is right on course. He has his agenda. Everything's lined up. He's doing a great job. His wife, Jean, who was just an amazing woman, to hear her story, sat there, and I said, what's your thoughts about this, Jean? And she said, I just go with what Tom says. I like the plan. But she had no idea what the plan was. And that was my question to him. So, Tom, what happens to you? What happens to Gene if something happens to you? And his answer was, and once again, Tom was amazing, setting everything. He goes, that's why I'm here today, George, because I want to know if we can find someone we're comfortable with, that we can do our tax planning with, our tax strategy with Ernie, and how we're going to move forward. So if something happens, Gene knows who she can talk to because we're all on the same page. Yeah. That's a powerful statement, folks. Think about that. Being on the same page, having that person in your corner who knows what your wants and wishes were to make sure your spouse isn't lost. And that's what we do at Portrayal Wealth Group. Call us. Let's go over that and just talk and see how it works for you. 302-330-2166.
You mentioned Ernie Calais, the in-house CPA for the Portrayal Wealth Group, and you mentioned a couple of minutes ago that people have questions about Medicare, Medicaid, and I think this is worth noting. We're still in open enrollment right now. Angie, we get calls every weekend from people saying, like, I just need some guidance with Medicare, and Angie's available, George.
Absolutely. That's what having a holistic approach to tax planning, retirement planning is all about. Looking at the whole picture. You have 4 wheels in your car. All 4 wheels have to be going the same direction. But having Medicare, having those questions answered, having tax strategies in place, having income in place, having legacy planning in place, so important to make sure that car goes in the right direction. And that is what we do here at Portrayal Wealth Group every day.
Let's talk about streams of income, because at the end of the day, George, income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. And most of us will need multiple sources of income in retirement. Let's talk about a couple of options that you're helping and opportunities that you're helping the families you serve with income in retirement right now.
Well, it's funny. People think about retirement and they stop working. You got to check every week, every other week. And now, where's that money coming from? Social Security. Maybe you have a 401k, a thrift savings plan, a 403b. Okay. Bigger is always better. Isn't that the way that saying goes? Do I want 2 avenues of income come in, or do I want to have a little diversification? I want to have 3, 4, 5 different avenues of income, different streams to pull from in retirement to make sure that my my wants and needs are met. Make sure I get to do what I want to do. So you have Social Security, you have your 401k, but you need some tax-free income maybe a Roth conversion. Not for everybody, but for some people, having a Roth conversion going. Maybe having lifetime income guaranteed. We have a thing we're going to talk about, and we can talk about it now, obviously, about annuities. Annuities are a really strong instrument for guaranteed money. We talked, one of the concerns, obviously, is market fluctuation, corrections in the market. Now, I have clients come in and say, well, I'm retiring, so all my money has to go out of the market underneath my mattress. That's a foolish statement. We know that, right? Not everything goes one way or another. It's about having diversification. Mark, here's a question for you. Maybe you can help us. Do you need risk in retirement, you think?
Yes.
You do. So you need some risk. An annuity will help with that mixture. And maybe having another avenue of income, an annuity with an income rider where you'll get X dollars guaranteed for the rest of your life, and we can set up for your spouse's life also. Maybe an opportunity. And I keep using the word may. Why do I say that? Oh, that's right, because we're individuals. We're different. We are not the same people. All of our plans are fit to your wants and needs. When you work with those big box firms, Mark, and you've seen them advertised everywhere, the Edward Joneses of the world, Payne Webbers of the world, all these big companies, they're going to say, you're 60 and 62, you fit into this box, and they slide you down the assembly line. When you work with me and my team at Portrayal Wealth, folks, we build the plan around you, not around us. That plan is built to your specifications. Maybe you need an income rider. Maybe you need more vested money in your market investments. Making sure you have the proper allocations. Maybe you need Social Security now. Maybe you're going to wait for Social Security. We're going to build the plan to fit what your wants and needs are. We had a lady come in the other day, and her name's Dawn, and she's a single divorcee. She needs steady income. She needs to have this guaranteed money because she's ready to retire. She's not sure she has enough, and we did all the analysis. We ran the financial report for her, and she has annuities that her and her ex-husband bought. So we have options available. She's turning on the income from those annuities, which will give her guaranteed money for the rest of her life to help subsidize all her wants and needs. So when we build this plan, that's brought into the plan. That's what she wants to do. It makes the most sense in this situation, along with Social Security, along with the other things we have. And that's what building a plan is about, making it right for you, making it work for you, making sure you get to be in the right place. Portrayal Wealth Group, 302-330-2166.
There's a lot of conversations about annuities. Some people love them. Some people don't trust them. Some people say they're not worth the paper they're written on. But there's got to be some kind of confidence behind an annuity if you're going to get one. I want you to hear this clip from financial planner Kevin Lum. And he talks about that, finding confidence in an income annuity.
Annuitized income won't maximize wealth, but it can maximize spending confidence. The average person with an annuity spends twice as much money as someone with a similar portfolio invested in the market. Now, the portfolio owner ends up richer, but the annuity owner feels more secure, even if they end up with less money.
Do you agree with that, George Politarhos?
I do. It has a place, absolutely. And what he's speaking about is an income rider. So you put money into this account. It is backed by the name and financial security of the company. And then when you turn that income, it's going to last for the rest of your life. And your spouse's, we set up the right way. Think about that. Social Security is a question mark for us. We're not really sure about Social Security.
Yep.
We have question marks about it. They're saying by 2034, about 81% of the money there is going to be able to fill their obligation. That means pay you your monthly allotment. Maybe I'm an optimist, Mark. But I have to kind of think that the people in Washington are going to get their act together and find a solution to this problem. I hope.
You would think.
But let's think about this. What if they don't? And 2033 comes around and you're making 19% less in your Social Security today than you were yesterday. Having that income rider, having that safety net, having that guaranteed income stream coming will help offset a lot of concerns. Now, income riders, annuities are not everything. You don't put all your money in them. That's a foolish investment choice. It's a terrible, terrible plan. But having the proper mix along with your vested accounts, having that risk that you need with the stock market, makes you a stronger, holistic person in retirement. A lot of advisors will do a mix where they have money in the stock market and then they have money in the bonds. And that's your safety net per se. Well, 2022, 2008, the bond market crashed along with the stock market. So you lost on both aspects. What we do a lot of times is use annuities for that safe money choice of the bonds, and then let us be more aggressive with the market. Because now you can afford more risk because you have a stronger safety net. Mm-hmm. But having the proper balance is really important. We're going to help you find that mix. And I always say this, it's not about the mix that's right for George, or not about the mix that's right for Portrayal Wealth, but about the mix that's right for you to sleep at night. Because think about this for a second, Mark. Let's close our eyes, not while you're driving. Let's close our eyes and think about this. So you have three avenues of income. You have the money that's in your checking or savings account, the local bank, and that number is whatever number it could be, $20,000, $80,000, whatever number you sleep good at night. Then you have money in the stock market. So when the markets go up, you go up, and it goes down, you go down. And then you have money in an annuity where I have this safety feature. I share in the upsides of the market, but when the market goes down, I never lose a cent. I still have a zero, which is pretty good compared to a negative 41. Mm-hmm. And let's say we would never do this. A third of the money in that Certus sleeper number, the bank account, a third in the market, and a third in annuity. The market's up. Everything's going great. All three of your investments are making money. You're pretty darn happy, I think. The market corrects itself as it did in 2022, and it went down. You lost 35% of your investments. 2 of your 3 investments are safe, secured, and insured. Are you sleeping okay?
I am now.
I think so. Yeah. Because I need the risk, but I need the safety. And that's what you have when you have the annuity along with your Certus sleeper number mixed in with your portfolio. And that's how this annuity will help you grow better, grow stronger, and be able to spend more money and enjoy retirement more. But we'll show you how that mix works for you. 302-330-2166. By the way, Big Bird, open your eyes.
I got my eyes closed. You said close your eyes.
I'm looking at Mark right now, folks, and his eyes are still closed. I'm like, you.
And that's why we talk about annuities. It is the opportunity for guaranteed income in retirement. But there's a lot of layers. And there is some people that say, but George, with the volatile market, with the way that, the government handles our Social Security and 401k, guaranteed income in retirement sounds too good to be true. That's why it's important to have this conversation, because there are layers behind it, George.
Well, it's funny, Mark. People say, my father told me, this is not your father's annuities. Mm-hmm. This is not the way it was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Warren Buffett, who I guess we can all say is probably one of the greatest investors of all time.
Oracle of Omaha.
Why, if annuities were so bad, does he have such a large percentage of his monies in annuities? It's for the safety net. Why, if annuities are so bad, Mark, and people read about them, you can find on the internet everything you want to say. There's always something bad you can find. Why does BlackRock and Vanguard use annuities to back their portfolios? If they're so bad, why would BlackRock and Vanguard use them in such a big proportion? Because they have a place to make sure they don't lose money. They have a place to fit into a plan. And folks, we have a place to use annuities to help us fund our future, help us plan better. And I can show you, we'll sit down and go through these steps and see what makes sense for you. Because they don't make sense for everybody. Just like everyone should not wear, a red baseball hat that has a dog on it from Georgia.
Wait a minute.
We all have differences.
I feel personally attacked.
And we have to have things to fit our needs. And I'll build that plan for you to make sure you're in the right place. Go to Portrayal Wealth, P-A-T-R-I-A Wealth.com. Give me a call, 302-330-2166. Or better yet, stop by our office at 501 Silverside Road, Suite 31 in Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Let's have a good cup of coffee and let's have a conversation.
Insurance and annuities offered through George Politarhos, Delaware Insurance License Number 1373121. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties.